How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Alex Sean.
And I'm DGX.
And this
also
is...
known as Rated X and your future tag team champions.
That's right. We'll be claiming the throne that is rightfully ours, but more importantly than that at this present moment is Rated X Radio. That's right, episode 2. You guys didn't think we could make it. We had our doubters, but D, you and I, we have succeeded.
You know what we both said to him, Alex? You know what we both said?
What's that?
We said, yes, we can. Yes, we can.
But I suppose, keeping it with tradition, set, of course, with our one show last week, and, of course, the reason why we went with that opening is we're going to talk about Raw and what transpired on Raw. Now, I guess before we get too in-depth on it, what'd you think about the show on the overall?
I thought it was, it was okay. It was an episode of Raw.
It was like, it's one of those weird episodes that comes along every 6 months or so where, like, they do something really cool. And, the show itself, it's like, oh, this could be really good. But then you, we just saw the end of that 6 months with John Cena and Wade Barrett, and it's not good.
For shizzle. Oh, and word is actually there was actually supposed to be a prolonged thing, and it was only due to I think something to the effect of like Orton's injured, so they don't really know what his availability is going to be. Because there was actually supposed to be a Wade Barrett scene, like the blow off for that angle was actually supposed to be at the Royal Rumble, not at
I see,
not at TLC. So it's like them changing plans midstream, sort of.
What? WWE changed plans midstream? No.
Oh.
No. But anyway, I guess we should get into the specifics for short, or for long.
Indeed.
And let's get the show started. Of course, the show opened with John Cena coming out, doing his traditional... Like, I realized in watching this segment, I guess it never really hit me. But, like, wrestling is its own genre, right? You look at comedy, you look at horror, you look at action, you look at sci-fi, whatever. Wrestling is a genre of fiction.
This is true.
John Cena as a character is a comedy character. He reacts to things as someone does in a comic or a comedy
cartoon or a comic book.
Yeah. Well, no, I just mean like a comedy. He's like in an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
So he does his goofy comedy, of course, which Punk comes out and proceeds to become the best character ever in the history of ever. I mean, the one major positive of this show, I'm going to say it, is, man, they gave Punk time to talk. And he was just like talking circles around Cena. The crowd turned on him.
I know.
You felt this point, like, during this promo where he's explaining why John Cena's a hypocrite, and you almost felt the audience going, like, kind of makes a good point.
It's like, touche, Cena.
Yeah.
You make sense.
So all in all, that segment, which set everything up for later on, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was a very strong opening segment. Cena doing his comedy bit. He had a couple of funny jokes in there, but a lot
the thing is, if he were in a comedy, he'd probably be funny. It's just that he's in, like, the wrong genre.
This is true. And
this brings us to the
first match of the evening, which, of course, was not even afforded entrance time.
No. But we, unfortunately, were graced with Ted DiBiase's awful music again, so they just had to put that there.
Fantastic, yeah.
Well, you know what? Actually, this match, Santino did get an entrance, but there was one later, which we'll talk about. But
we'll get to that.
Yeah. Essentially, of course, match. It happened. Santino won. Santino's funny. They did at the end they did the dual Cobra spots and the Cobra kiss and all that. Again, he's the comedy guy on the show. It's his position.
It's supposed to be. And, I can't really hate on them, not doing anything with DiBiase and Reese, because really it's hard for us to be invested in them or, care if they were to do something. Like, if they were to do, like, a big angle with those two, like,
do you think
you'd be interested?
No, it would suck. It would suck. It would suck.
Yes, Alex, it would suck.
You know what? You know how I would feel Like,
How would you feel?
This is how I would react if, like Ted DiBiase ran out and, like, started a feud with, like let's say Randy Orton ends up getting the belt, and then DiBiase feuds with Orton. That's exactly how I react. That specific emotion.
Nice, nicely done.
Thank you. And then we go backstage where we have the typical pre-tape nonsense. Maybe I'm old school. I always say this, but I fucking hate pre-tapes. Like, you got Miz and Alex Riley sitting there, and they're, like, just having a conversation, and he's, like, telling them, Alex Riley, you need to get it done tonight. Yeah, you need to do it. Why is the camera in their locker room?
Like, and another thing I've noticed, too, like, I've been watching Raws from 97, as we've revealed to you guys from the last show and things like that, and it's like, even back in 97, like, they were aware. Like, when Shawn Michaels came back and started the whole DX angle thing, post SummerSlam, what happened was, like, he came out and he said, I have a big insurance policy, I'm thinking ahead, I've got it all together, and then there's, like, this camera over the back of Rick Rude's shoulder as Shawn Michaels is talking to him, and right there you're just, what the hell? Why is a camera there? But then Michaels notices it, and he's like, get the hell out of here!
Exactly.
And he moves forward and, like, shoves the guy out, and it's like, that was realistic.
Yes.
You
but now,
believe that.
It's like, let us tell our dastardly plan to everyone in the fucking world.
Because
like,
the camera is here.
Yeah, and then John Morrison comes in. I will say that I thought when they started kind of going back and forth, Morrison and Miz, I thought it was alright.
It was alright. The problem is that anytime you want to ruin a segment, you put John Morrison next to a microphone.
I thought he did okay here. I didn't think he did bad.
But he did do okay. Puts the whole stakes on it. It's basically established, if I lose, I will no longer be the number one contender. But if I win, I can pick the time and what kind of match we have.
Which we'll get to later.
Yeah. Anyway, following that, we went to the match itself.
That's right. Morrison and Riley, or A-Ry. It was kind of in this match, I never really thought too much about it, but I realized, like, what sucks about Alex Riley in the ring. It's not
Everything?
even... Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't even say he's, like, the worst at putting a match together in the sense of, like, he knows what he has to do in terms of, like, when to put the hold on and, how to feed a guy and stuff like that. But, like, what he's so bad at is he has the worst offense. Like, someone needs to give this guy a hold. Give him a hold. Cobra Clutch, something, a Kimura maybe, David Handle catch style, Burning Love, So like,
burning love.
He's sitting there and he's doing this, like, I guess, I don't even know what the hell to call it. It's not even a kata hajime. He's got, like, a chin lock and he's kind of gently holding his arm. It's like, dude, get a hold. Chin lock, man. So that match was no good.
No, it really wasn't. End result, Morrison wins. Apparently he's going with the Shiny Wizard is his new theme.
You know what kills me? And then he runs to the announce table and he's all, it's going to be Falls Count Anywhere next week. So, of course, that answers the question, will they put a new guy in a main event for Royal Rumble? Of course not. Because Vince McMahon knows better. Just like Low-Key.
We'll get to that, and I'm going to ask you to hold off on that.
Fair enough.
I've got some things to say about this whole NXT fiasco.
Building suspense for later.
It's just been pissing me off for a while now.
After that, we go backstage for a lame segment where, like, Miz is yelling at Riley, and Riley, for some reason, is angry, too. He's, like, mad face, and, like, there's the point where, like, Miz ran him down, and then he tries out, he's like, let me tell you the truth, Miz, there was bananas, potato cake. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? He just, like, completely stumbled. It was very sad. Very sad to see.
Which is sad because, like, he's normally really good verbally. Like, Alex Riley, I would say, was probably a shining standout on the mic of season.
Yeah, when he was, like, cutting promos and stuff. But it's one thing to cut promos. It's another thing to, like, have a natural conversation with someone.
Anyways, we go backstage to Daniel Bryan with the Bellas. The love triangle continues.
Then Tyson Kidd walked in with...
Jackson Andrews, Mr. Big Ass Diesel wannabe bodyguard man.
I forget. Did we talk about this last week and I said I hadn't seen the guy yet?
No.
No, we didn't? Okay, well, I hadn't seen him before, because I didn't watch Raw for a while, but I hadn't seen him before this week. You remember Superman 4?
No.
Okay, well in Superman 4, what Lex Luthor does is he basically Superman gives a strand of his hair, and his hair is so strong that it holds up this giant boulder. Okay? Or wait, it's like hanging off a ceiling and it's holding the boulder up, right? So Lex Luthor breaks into this museum and clips off the hair, right? And then he uses it to make a clone Superman, the Sun guy. And and he makes an enemy, right? He uses his hair to genetically, recreate him. I think Jackson Andrews is a test tube baby made out of the genetics of Kevin Nash.
Well done, sir.
He seriously looks like they got a strand of Nash's hair and put it in a laboratory and made a less talented, less charismatic, like skinnier dude. I'm not condoning steroids, but you need to get some steroids, son, alright? You're too fucking skinny for a big man. Nobody's gonna respect, which of course doesn't matter when we talk about what happened later, but the point is nobody can respect a big man when he looks like he's fucking bulimic, sitting there puking up his meals and everything. It's embarrassing.
Well, basically, end result of this, Tyson Kidd rolls up with this Jackson Andrews guy, and he's all like, I have no idea what the bell is seeing you. I think you're a loser. And in 2011, I, Tyson Kidd, am going to become the new U.S. champion. Yes. Watch my match, and I'll prove it to you. And then we go to the match.
Well, wait, not yet. We got the fantastic interview with Randy Orton. Another awesome Randy Orton interview, because his interviews are so exciting and stimulating.
I love the fact that, Josh Matthews corrects him, mid-sentence. Pulls the fucking mic away and is like, actually, Randy, it's King Sheamus.
Yeah. And then they ended up, finishing the shot on this, weird fading in close-up of Randy Orton's face.